Was Jesus' real message lost? Stay tuned and learn about Jesus' kingdom message. There is a message found within the red letters of the Bible's New Testament Gospels that just could be the true message of Jesus, something lost today in most Christian teachings. The reason I say lost is for two reasons. First, after Jesus' death, there were many letters written about him by different authors to different people for different purposes and with different opinions about him and what to do next after his crucifixion. Some of the letters would be selected and bound to become the Bible's New Testament epistles. Other letters with different views would not. Modern-day Christian church doctrines tend to be based more upon what people wrote in the epistles after Jesus' death than what is likely the actual message of Jesus we read about in 3 of the 4 Gospels. On top of that, these same church teachings have been influenced by fundamentalism, a religious movement believing in strict literal interpretation of scriptures. That brings me to the second reason Jesus' message is lost today in Christian teachings. Jesus spoke in parables, meaning that his words were not meant to be understood literally, as they contain a hidden meaning. So I offer that Jesus' real message was lost over time due to fundamentalist religious adherence to literal interpretation that does not align with Jesus' message given in parable form that was never intended to be understood when taken literally. That said, let's get to Jesus' core message found in the Gospels. In the book of Matthew, we read that Jesus taught in cities, villages, and synagogues a message he called the gospel, or good news, of the kingdom. After gathering a following, we also learn that Jesus eventually sent his own disciples out to share this good news of the kingdom, the same message he was teaching. The gospel of the kingdom, he later proclaimed, would be preached around the world, we read. This, to me, is important to make note of, because whatever the good news of the kingdom was, Jesus expected this same message of his to be shared around the globe. Yet, I've not heard it taught within Christianity at all. So what is this message of good news? Let's begin with Jesus having stated that we should seek first the kingdom of God. This statement makes it clear that Jesus' listeners are to place utmost importance upon finding this kingdom he speaks of. This is where we should begin our spiritual journey if we're to believe Jesus knew what he was talking about and want to follow his message. But what the heck was or is the kingdom of God, and how do we seek it? Let's continue and find out by discovering what is and what is not this mysterious kingdom. We read that Jesus proclaimed, "The kingdom of God is at hand." In other words, it's not coming sometime in the future. Even during Jesus' day, people were waiting for the Messiah and God's kingdom to come on earth. Today, Christianity teaches that heaven is possibly in the future after a person dies. Neither of these ideas align with Jesus' message at all, that the kingdom of God is at hand, which means the kingdom is here now and not something to wait for to come in the future. We read that Jesus also taught the kingdom of God is not observable. You cannot see it. What? It is here now but invisible? The people of Jesus' day were awaiting an earthly reign of God, a king to rescue them from Roman occupation. So, Jesus was telling his followers that this wasn't going to happen like they thought. They would not see a kingdom of God come on earth in the future, ever. For it is here now, but just not visible. Jesus further proclaimed that the kingdom of God is not outside of you. It is within you. Whoa. This is why it is at hand now and not something we can see. In Jesus' day, religion had caused people to become mentally disconnected from their deeper connection within themselves to the life energy that many label as God. This is still happening today. This energy, this life source, is always at hand and is a part of you. Heck, it is you. Everyone and everything that exists is of this one energy. Call it whatever you like. It would be impossible to ever be apart from this source. except I guess by being unaware of it, mentally disconnected, temporarily lost, if you will. But is that such a big deal? The kingdom message of Jesus, to me, is about freedom from dogma and condemnation. Simple and may be summed up like this: seek the deeper life that's within and awaken to something greater than ourselves. Then let that be our guide. This message of the kingdom is relevant today. Be sure to subscribe to my channel and watch my other videos, as I will continue to share more of my experiences and practices.